I mean, I noticed that in my travels and teaching, it's almost always in big cities that are really out of touch with nature. And it seems to be it's very popular with people in cities because I feel like doing contact helps people get back in touch with their nature on a certain level. Because it's really about activating the lower brain, which is the reptilian brain. So that's very much a part of their nature, their animalistic side. And to me, the animal part of a person is really their nature. I mean, the whole thing around sensuality and sexuality that often arises is part of the nature as well. But it's just because if you're stuck in the city and you don't have opportunity to get out, then really doing this kind of play with other people is the next best thing to being out in nature, I think. I mean, I've enjoyed doing contact outside sometimes. But I, depending on the surface that we're working on, I like being able to slide. And usually outside, you don't find a surface you can slide on unless you're on ice. But that would be really hard to do contact on ice. But also, because there's so much happening in nature, the energy is really going out. And in the studio, it's easier to kind of stay focused with what's happening in the space around the people. Well, I liked Kiev Festival a lot. I enjoyed the Freiburg Festival. I mean, many people say it's too big, but I enjoy it because it is big. I guess for me it's more about how well organized the festival is and if they really consider the needs of the people who attend the festival, or if they just want to do it for their own selfish purposes, I should say. Let's say I haven't taken classes with so many teachers, but I've worked with other people who have taught. And I'd say one of the biggest influences has been Lisa Nelson, because the way she works with perception and being in the world. I've gotten a lot of inspiration from working with her. With Kirsty Simpson, I've performed and danced and taken a few classes, but I found her influence very helpful. And I've danced with other people. Scott Smith, he doesn't dance so much these days, but I drew inspiration from him as well. And other people I've worked with recently, more Nita Little, who've been doing research. She has a research group, or had a research group in San Francisco. And that was very helpful. And other people I collaborate with regularly, like Chris Aiken, or have in the past Peter Bing, Andrew Harwood, Nancy Stark-Smith, and other people who have been caught in those circles, like Karen Nelson, KJ Holmes. Feeling really connected to myself and to the earth and to my movement, and then also to persons I might be dancing with. I think that's the most, just really feeling connected to everything. what they're supposed to find. If anything they're supposed to find, I guess they're supposed to find themselves somehow within it. Well, like the one of Steve, I guess maybe it was in response to what's the core proposition of contact improvisation. And he said, do under others what others would do under you. It's kind of, I guess, a variation of the golden rules. Well, I mean, that it's an empty movement form to learn about oneself. That's, I guess, in a nutshell for me. I don't know, I guess it's like, from my experience of starting contact improvisation with assumptions about it and having those assumptions kind of destroyed, or realizing that they don't apply, and really about that it's really about just being in the present moment. And that's, I guess, the biggest gift of it as well. It's really about how to practice being in the present moment. Well, thank you for inviting me. So here, my center is out here somewhere. But if I stand up, it's inside. Like in the donut, it's in the center. It's the empty center. And I like to think of the center as empty. So.